Good morning, because it's not quite 12 o'clock according to my laptop anyway. Almost though. So All Jennings here coming in with your energies of the week from today, the 7th of October to the 13th of October, which is Sunday. So your spiritual guide, divorce empowerment coach and mentor. As always, here to give you an idea of what the energies may well be like this week so that you can navigate them, understand them, maybe understand how or why you're feeling a certain way, that sort of thing. So, I hope that you are all well and that well done. You have survived the eclipse corridor. And you're so different now from who you were when it first opened, because it has shaken us around and helped us to look at what we no longer need in our lives, what's not working for us anymore, whether that be a story we're telling ourselves or whether that be how somebody else is behaving towards us, or a situation. And you will know by now what needs to change, and it's a question of now implementing that. Now you're out the other side, out of the spin cycle on the washing machine. So this week, that's what this week is all about, actually, from my understanding of it. When I was in my work meeting earlier with my guides, it's about making sense of where you are now, and there's a real possibility of a change of plans, actually, and there's a real possibility of getting some amazing clarity about where you want to go in the next few months. So I hope that you are feeling like that, or you'll certainly begin feeling like that as the week progresses. Like tomorrow and Wednesday, quite key days, I believe. So yeah, it's about not, that whatever we're still holding on to, not to let that define you, not to let those self-sabotaging stories or beliefs come in, because where you're heading now is much more aligned to who you are now. So you can't hold on to the old stuff and still get there, basically. So that makes sense. So in other news, as you know from my little announcements in the week, and if you're on my email list, you will have also seen my website is up and running now, my new website, which is much more aligned with the work I'm doing now. Thanks to Claire Smith for being an amazing website designer and for being very patient with me. And my cards are, I know I keep going on about them and you keep asking when they're going to actually be available for purchase. I will promise you that I will let you know as soon as I know. So I've got the test deck in my hands, which is amazing, as you know. And I'm just checking it through, still working with it. Hi Karen. I worked with it in the new moon workshop actually on Wednesday, which is amazing. Might need to make a couple of tweaks to the cards, and then they'll be ready for your consumption. And the idea of them is to empower you, hence the title. Anyway, went off track slightly there, didn't I, with the energies of the week. So that's what this week is all about. Clarity as to where you are now, because you've been on that in that spin cycle in the washing machine, and you've come out to dry, or you're already out to dry, and as you dry off, as you shake it all off, you you will get greater clarity. And actually, it may well be that, 6 months ago you thought you were heading in a certain direction, but now it's changed. Or even a few months ago, not even 6 months ago. And that's okay, because we do change all the time. And don't forget, our timelines are constantly changing at the moment. Okay, so let's just bring in my guides to see what else they have to say. Yeah, and I'll be back in a second. Hello everyone. Well, we know it's been a very powerful time down on Earth. We hope that you have felt supported by us and by your own guides and angels. We know, well, we understand it's tough. All of us don't know exactly how tough. Some of us do. But we are very proud of you, how you have, you're still standing. Many of you have had dark nights of the soul. Many of you have had real physical symptoms of release. A lot of you becoming ill. Hopefully you're coming out of the end of that, but just notice if you are still feeling a bit poorly, where that is in your body. What's it telling you? So the eclipse the idea of the eclipse this time was to show you what wasn't working in your lives anymore, for you to let go of old limiting beliefs and old stories, really, so that you could align with your highest self possible right now, okay? And that will change again, right? But for now, it's where you are. What we don't want you to do is go back into that smaller version of you. What we don't want you to do is to remember your old stories or go back to them, about not being good enough or not being able to, all that sort of thing, and making that a self-sabotage again, because it will end up defining you. Okay, because whatever you think you are, because you will believe your thoughts. So it's not just about the spiritual and the energetic, it's also about changing your thought patterns and your beliefs, right? And hopefully you've done that to a certain extent. What might be sort of making you feel a little bit off course is that you may well have come out of this and, thinking you want to change things completely. You may have felt that you were on a certain path a few months ago and that felt good and aligned and all the rest of it. But now you're realizing maybe that's not the way to go, and this new way is the way to go, whatever that might be for you. So, and it can be confusing on a human level, we know, but it's just that your soul has evolved, you've evolved, and it's time for you to take this next step. And whatever you planned on before and whatever you've been doing before is not wasted, because you are where you are now because of all the experiences you've had and all the learnings that you can take from those experiences. So it's about getting real this week and really, going for what you want. Dream big. We can see, lots of opportunities here for dreaming big and really setting those big goals, those goals that have frightened you before. The ones that scare you are the ones that you should be going for, really. And that's why it can get scary, because you might then go into yourselves again. Oh, no, I can't possibly do that. But you can, okay? You absolutely can. And this is what you need to believe now. Not in a minute, not next week, not next month, but now, all right? You may also become aware of what your self-sabotage pattern is. If you weren't really sure of what it was before, we feel that's going to be shown to you, or you're going to have this real clarity about it. Okay. Because that's what it is. It's your ego keeping you safe, keeping you small, keeping you in your comfort zone. But let's ask you this. How has that worked out for you so far? Right? So we also have, there's a bit of grief here as well as you let go of certain things. So some of you may well be letting go of relationships as well, friendships too, those no longer in alignment with you. So there is a little bit of change in that area coming in too. But let's reassure you that it is for your highest good, all of this, and that you will get some real clarity this week. Mercury is really involved in the energies this week. Mercury is the planet of the mind and of communication and, of making plans, and you will get that clarity. It's the clarity perhaps about your self-sabotage, but also about, where, okay, what am I doing next? What's next? And we really encourage you to set those long-term plans and goals this week because the energies are really behind you. And they could be for anything. They could be for your health. They could be for business. They could be something in your personal life. Whatever it is, set them. Okay? Because once you've set them, you're saying to yourself and to the universe, this is really what I desire. This is really what I want. And show me the way. Show me how I can get there. And you'll have ideas in your mind and in your heart as to how you can do it, but it may well be the universe has other ideas. So there is an element of trust as well, of letting the universe guide you with those synchronicities, those signs. All right. So it is a really good week for you to emerge out of your out of this eclipse corridor. All right. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. I think I've covered everything. Yeah, it's really, stepping into your power now and being you and not giving a monkeys about what anybody else thinks. Or says, actually. It's none of their business. You're welcome, Karen. Thanks for being with me live. So, yes, I will be back next week. And I hope that you use these energies this week to set your goals and make them big, make them exciting. Get excited about it, because when you get excited about it, that's when the universe starts to pay attention, and it's also when you really want to start making it happen. Okay? All right, take care, and I will be back next week. Lots of love to you all. Bye for now.